Hi guys, how are you? This is Alyssa Schomaker here. I'm an 8-star Diamond Elite Beachbody Coach, and I am bringing you guys some training today on the power of 3. This is a really easy process that you're going to be using to help track your business and making sure that you're doing the steps daily to really move your business in a forward direction. Many of you guys have probably seen the business activity tracker before, and although I think that it's great, I do think that this power of 3 is really a much simpler process to be able to use to make sure that you're doing the steps that you need to do that are going to consistently grow your business on a daily basis. So often we get stuck, in the timeline and or maybe going through the notifications on Facebook, and all that does is waste precious time. And I know so many of you guys have other businesses or have full-time work that you guys are doing right now. And so maybe you don't have a lot of time, but I want to tell you that this process here is going to eliminate that excuse on time, because you're going to know exactly what you need to do every single day to move your business forward. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, I want everybody to use names to fill in these areas. So it's not going to be check marks. It's going to be actual names that you're going to be using to fill in. And the first thing we're going to do is adding in new friends. So, you could really meet anybody. You can be standing in a line of Starbucks and give somebody a smile and just make connections with anybody absolutely anywhere. This can be done out in your community, like I mentioned at Starbucks. It could be sitting next to another mom at a baseball game or hockey game and just, saying, hey, how are you, getting to connect? Hey, send me a friend request on Facebook. Let's connect there. That's an easy way that you guys can be adding people to your contact list. Another thing is, social media. So many of us, we really grow our businesses on social media. I know for me, that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to do coaching, because I knew that my schedule had to be somewhere where I wasn't going to have to be leaving the house and going in and out all the time with the fact that I had 3 young kids. So adding people through Instagram, sending somebody a follow request on Instagram, adding in 3 new friends on Facebook or on Twitter. Those are easy ways that you guys can add new friends into your list. A lot of my coaches, what seems to work well with them is joining other community pages and just being present there. Not saying, I'm a Beachbody coach, I have stuff that, that I want to offer to you. That's not what this is all about. This is building genuine relationships with people. I know for myself, I'm into hockey. I'm a hockey mom, so I'm involved in some other groups on Facebook that also have to do with moms that are in hockey, and it's just natural relationships. I feel like hockey moms are a little bit differently, so just building natural relationships there, and when I send them a friend request, it's not weird. I've been talking to them on this community page for a while. Same thing, maybe you're a dog lover, maybe you're a cat lover. There's tons of different community groups all on Facebook that you can join and just meet people and just gain friends. This is what it's all about, just gaining friends. Maybe you're really big into fashion. Maybe your child has a dairy or a gluten allergy. There's literally a group for every single thing out there. So get involved, get into these groups, and just start making friends. And then once you make those friends and you send the friends request, write down those 3 people's names. So there's your 3 names for the day. That is done, and that's really easy to do. The next thing I want you guys to do is start 3 conversations a day. So, when you get somebody to comment on your timeline, it feels really good, right? So much better than when somebody just likes that comment. If somebody says to me, wow, this recipe looks really great, and just goes on and on and on about it, that makes me feel so much better than somebody that just liked my post. So that's what I want you guys to do for other people. I want you to brighten up somebody's day and start making conversations. Not necessarily with the 3 people that you added, but 3 additional conversations. Maybe you saw somebody went on vacation. Ask them about their vacation. Ask how it was. Maybe you can chime in. Maybe you were there. Maybe you noticed that the kids are going back to school or how much they've grown. Comment there. And just naturally choose 3 different people every single day and leave them some positivity. Make them feel good. That's what I want you to do, is kind of just make them feel good, give them that little love bug for the day. And I want you to do that on 3 different people's timelines for me. The third thing we're doing is inviting. So I know that this is the scariest thing, but when you look at inviting as a gift rather than, hey, join my challenge group, all sleazy. You're going to really start changing the way that you think about inviting. So for me, I really look at inviting like, I have the opportunity to help somebody change their life through health and fitness. I have the opportunity to educate somebody else on how they can build a business from home and create financial freedom. It's happened to me. That's exactly what's happened to me. I'm in some of the best shape of my life. I'm home with my kids. I've been able to retire from my nursing job. And so I look at this as a complete gift. And I want to work with people that appreciate this gift. I don't want to just sell somebody on this. I want people to realize that this is such an amazing thing. And so when you look at it like that, and the fact that if they tell you no, well, then they don't understand the value of it. And it's just like that waitress that's offering somebody some coffee. And they tell somebody, when somebody says they don't want any more coffee, the waitress doesn't get all upset, right? The waitress goes on to the next table. And that's exactly what I want you guys to think here. So when you're inviting, again, I want you to make sure that you've formed those relationships first and then send out 3 personal invites. And that's the 3 names that you're going to put into that box. You can either invite them to maybe a free clean eating group. You can invite them to maybe your ab challenge. You could invite them to your challenge group. You could invite them to a coaching opportunity or listen to a coaching webinar or maybe a 5-day sneak peek. Whatever it is, you need to make sure that you're inviting at least 3 people a day. That's really no excuses. That needs to be done. You can form relationships with people all you want. Actually, till the cows come home, and you can find out every little nook and cranny about them. But until you actually extend that invite, you're never going to get that yes from them. So make sure that you are inviting. I can't really drill it home enough. Inviting has to be done. Follow-up. So the key is in the follow-up. What I do is I was using a computer system called Asana, and I realized that I'm just a paper and pencil type of person. So if you kind of look like here on my desk, I just have like tons of lists going on here. And I have lists of, who are my potential coaches? Who are people that I've invited to coaching and who I need to follow up with? Who are people that I've invited to challenge groups and I need to follow up with? If they've told me, maybe not right now, I don't have the money, next month is better, or maybe I told me, I don't have the money on Friday, but I get paid next Friday. What I do is I have a big calendar sitting here, and you guys can't see it, but it's a big calendar that's sitting here on my desk, and I'll put that person's name on the date. So if they tell me, I don't get paid until Friday, but I really would like to order it then, I put their name there. So as I go through my day, say on Friday, I'll say, oh, Jody said for me to follow up here with her on Friday. If somebody tells me, we're going on a vacation, we're going to be gone, it's just not a good time for me, next month check back, all I do is I flip my calendar open, and the next month I put their name right on day 1 so that I know to follow up with them. So 3 follow-ups a day. Another thing that you can do that I think is key is follow-up is if I'm messaging somebody and all of a sudden I don't get any response back, I'll go back to that conversation piece. So I'll make sure that I'm going back and that I'm adding value into their lives all around. And so they start seeing my stuff and they know that I'm present in their mind. And I build that relationship more because maybe I sent out the invite a little bit too early and the relationship wasn't really built yet. And so this way I'm just making natural friendships with people. And so that's something else that I do within the follow-up. So if somebody tells me, maybe not for 3 weeks or for a month, I make sure that they're on my follow-up list and I'm always then commenting on their stuff every single day. There is an area on Facebook that you can actually create to make sure that this is a little bit easier. And that's another video we'll go into for you. And the last part is coaching. So many new coaches or coaches in general, you get used to really inviting to the challenge group aspect, but you don't invite to coaching. Coaching to me has been the biggest blessing. If you know my story, I never participated in a challenge group, but what my coach did is invited me to a challenge group. We stayed friends and I kind of watched her progression. And it wasn't until 7 months later that I saw that there was a live workout and I wanted to go and I wanted to do that live workout. I really knew nothing about what the coaching opportunity was. But I went and I ended up signing as a coach the next week. So people might not sign on right now. They might not ever sign on. But know that no doesn't mean known forever. The right opportunity has to come along. And that's exactly what happened to me. I was just, just came off of working a bunch of weekends and holidays over Christmas, and I thought to myself, never again am I going to miss Christmas away from my small kids. It's just not worth it to me. My kids are more precious, and they mean the world to me, to have to miss holidays and weekends away from them anymore. And so that was the opportunity that made me decide to be a coach. 7 months earlier, that didn't happen. So, coaching is something that can really change somebody's life financially, but it can also bring so much value. To be able to bring a mom home with her kids, that is adding so much value into somebody else's life. So coaching, make sure that you're inviting to coaching at least 3 times a day, 3 people a day. You can invite to a coaching opportunity call. I know that we have those pretty much every other week. There's a coaching opportunity call that's available. You can also invite us to the 5-day sneak peek groups. We have that every single month. You can invite to, even to listen to one of our old webinars that we've had recorded. Now, the thing with coaching inviting is I want to make sure that you have the reason on why you're inviting them there. So, do you know that they're struggling to pay their bills? Do you know that this is somebody that wants to stay home? Do you know that this is somebody that's really into health and fitness? Or maybe you notice that they're very motivational. I've invited a lot of people on my newsfeed that are just really motivational people. They're really into fitness, and I think, wow, she would be a fantastic coach because she's just very motivating and very positive and very uplifting. And so that's what I want you to think about, but make sure that you are inviting to those 3 people. If you guys are doing this and filling out this Power of 3 document every single week, you guys are going to see so much growth in your business. And this could really take like an hour max for you to do. So sit down, have your Power of 3 document in front of you, and bam, get to work. When you get on Facebook or get on whatever social media account is, it's not there for you to scroll your timeline. It's not there for you to check into groups. That's not what it's all about. These are all activities that are going to move your business forward, and this is what I want you to concentrate as we go through this training period over the next 30 days, okay? Once you do this, I literally use this system still all the time because sometimes I think that I'm doing things to move my business forward and I'm not. So this is going to really keep you guys on track. I'm asking you if you can please either upload this document into our training group every Thursday morning or send it to your Star Diamond upline coach. So either send it to myself or send it to whatever your Starline upline coach is, so that when we get on our one-to-one calls with you, we can look over it right away and say, okay, here's kind of where you're struggling. Let's try this approach, and really help you out and fine-tune what it is that you guys need to do. So I'm so excited that you guys are here with us. Like I said, this is just going to be an amazing experience, and I'm really excited just to see your businesses blossom and grow. So thanks for being here.